morning class. Today I'm going to tell you about why texting and driving is not safe. It's obviously not safe. And I'm going to give you some pointers on why it isn't. Texting and driving is a huge temptation all of us face. Because when you're driving your car, most of us do drive, you just see your cell phone, so you just want to pick it up and you want to start texting. But in 2011, 23% of all crashes were caused by someone either using their cell phone or texting. That's 1.3 million crashes just in the United States. 13% of all teens involved in crashes claim that they were either texting or using their cell phone in some type of way. Texting is more likely to cause a crash by 23 times more. Dialing your phone is 2.8 times more likely. Reaching for any type of device is 1.4 times more likely. Talking on a cell phone or even talking to someone in your car is 1.3 times more likely to cause a crash. And texting is 6 times more likely to cause a crash than being intoxicated. Texting slows your brake reaction by 18%. When texting, the minimum amount of time your attention is taken away from the road is 5 seconds. So you're reaching down your phone for 5 seconds. That's only 5 seconds. That doesn't seem like much. But in theory, if you're driving 55 miles an hour on most roads, that you have just driven the length of a football field just to text somebody, hey, or what are you doing, or how's your day going? Most people don't see this as a problem when it is. When texting and driving, you spend 10% of your time in a different lane, and that's a problem because that's what causes most crashes. How do we justify that it's okay, people that text and drive? How do we make that seem okay? Well, we hold our phone above our steering wheel, and we're like, hey, we can see the screen and the road all at the same time, so that must be all right, right? Well, we also increase our following distance, so we're like, oh, that car is good 3 or 4 car lengths in front of us, so we have plenty of time to stop. Well, next thing you know, you're going slower than everyone else, and you're drifting back and stuff. And then you only text at red lights or stop signs. Yeah, who believes that anymore, right? And there are only 10 states across the nation that prohibit texting. Only 10 states completely allow no cell phone use in the vehicles. Texas has no statewide law banning the use of cell phones, but local areas do, such as Austin, San Antonio, Tomball, Conroe, and there's plenty others. Tips to stop texting and driving is out of sight, out of mind. Stick it in your glove box, keep it in your purse, your back pocket, back seat, put it in your trunk if you even have to, keep it away from you. Silence is golden, so always turn your phone off or even put it on vibrate or completely silence the whole thing. And designate a texter. When I read about that one, I was like, oh, that's a little weird because I don't like people texting from my phone, but it might help. So if you have a passenger, just hand them your phone and tell them what you want other people to say for you. And I believe that texting and driving should be illegal in the state of Texas because it's very unsafe. But then again, it's really hard to classify who's texting and who's driving because it's very hard to identify. Because once you see a cop, you're like, oh, let me put my cell phone away. And now I want all of you to take a pledge against texting and driving. You need to go to textinganddravingsafety.com. You sign up and you pledge against texting and driving. Happy driving. Thank you. Any questions?
I heard, I'm not sure about this, but I've heard that you can actually put a certain, it's like X dot 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 or something like that, as a text before you start driving to warn all your friends that you're going to be on the road.
Yeah, I believe that's an app, but I think they only have it for Androids and Blackberries, and I know over 75% of the United States have. But yes, I believe that is an app that you can have. It's an anti-texting or something like that.
I only have one question left.
Any other questions?
One? Okay. Thank you so much for moving on.